Hey productivity people, we got a monitor for you.
And PC gamer people, we have a monitor for you.
And you're probably wondering, how can it be for both types of people? Well, it's an ultra-wide monitor and it's high refresh rate.
And our friends at Innocn sponsored this video to send over this 49-inch ultra-wide monitor. It is a premium monitor, comes in with some cool features like a 5120 by 1440p display at 240 Hz, 1800R curvature, and did I mention it's 49 inches? I mean, look how big this thing is on our desk. We're gonna unbox this thing, we're gonna do some gaming on it, show you guys what this thing is all about, and talk about some of the key features that you should consider when picking up a monitor this big, because at the price, $624 at the time of filming this video is how much this monitor is. It is a hefty investment, but for those wanting a really big productivity monitor, the price is actually pretty competitive with the space. Let's unbox it and see what we get.
All right, so we got a big unboxing ahead of us because this thing, 49 inches, takes up quite a bit of room. And I'm curious to see just how cool this is going to be for gaming. Obviously, keep in mind, you're gonna need some specs to run this monitor.
Yeah, definitely a tough to run resolution. Now, love Innocn, they sponsored this video. This is gonna be my bit of a rambling section because they're not the only one in the space doing this, and they'll see this video when I send it over for review, and they'll probably have some points that we'll include on screen here. There's a lot of advertising for this monitor. This is a 5K 2K panel, and I'll show you the images on screen here. That's not accurate. A 5K 2K panel is 5120 by 2160. And we did a video on one of those monitors, and the resolution on this one, again, is 5120 by 1440. So it is an easier to run panel than a 5K 2K, because the actual horizontal resolution is 1440p and not a 4K resolution. So I just want to make sure Innocn updates their marketing material, because that is definitely not the accurate representation of this monitor. If you're watching this video, you will know that this is not a 5K 2K, but that doesn't make this a bad monitor. It's just not what they say it is.
And we don't like to lie.
We don't like to lie. We don't like to lie.
So we got metal stand, which you would hope for, right, with a monitor this big. This thing looks like kind of like a old TV antenna, doesn't it?
And this thing's beefy, nice and big. Obviously with a monitor like this, you would need a pretty beefy monitor arm, but they do sell some really thick ones that would work, and I would invest in one for sure. But the stand will get you off and running just to get things set up. And for our testing, we will use the stand. Now we're gonna try to do this the proper way, because every single time we do an OLED video, people get mad that we take it off the foam without putting the stand on first, because it's actually a smarter way to do it without damaging the very curved display. So what we're gonna do is let this out.
But like, is it though?
And then, is it though? Then we're going to,
I don't know, was there screws somewhere?
maybe in this bag
of
of toys.
Big bag. Oh, it says USB pass-through. Looks like it comes with it.
Nice. I would assume so. That's a pretty big power brick.
So we got beefy display port. You're gonna need it. USB-C for display probably, and also pass-through. HDMI, and then that's USB B3, and then USB A right here.
That's a power brick. There is no power brick, is there?
Nope. It
is direct power.
Straight in.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're gonna do, let's take our stand, which I believe facing Jonah, who's holding the camera right now. I should just be able to slide it in like so. There it is. All right, stand's on there. Let's go ahead and, yeah, did you find the screw we need?
There they are.
There's the screws.
Oh, it comes with these too. Since this is curved monitor, you get these for VESA. So it basically brings it out to make it flat.
Since these are of the curved variety, you need the extenders to reach the curvature.
You get this too, if you don't, if you don't have a screwdriver, but we're gonna go.
Screwdriver.
We're gonna go nicer. I'm gonna go nicer.
Ah!
A little heavy.
Can we put this mat back? Mat back, mat back. Am I on the table? I am. There we go. My goodness. Every time I see a 49-inch monitor, I'm just like,
wow,
man, immersion. That immersion go hard.
Racing games.
Heck yeah. Yeah, racing games are awesome for this. Productivity, if you're a video editor, that Premiere timeline is gonna look nuts. You'll be able to see absolutely everything on it. This does support picture-in-picture modes as well, which I think is really beneficial. If you want a single monitor on your desk, you get multiple inputs and divide them up into individual 16:9 setups. So you basically have multiple monitors, but just on one monitor. You can easily set that up, but we're here for the immersion gaming experience. How does the stand feel?
So height adjustable. It looks like, what else do we get? I think height. Doesn't look like any tilt or rotate. Tilt, yes. So it looks like about 15 degrees, maybe 5 degrees. And then no side to side, no swivel.
No freaky portrait monitor with these things. But hey, this is looking good. I guess port layout. Did we go over the ports on this thing?
No, I just talked about all the cables we got with this. This probably has a lot of ports.
All right, I'm looking from left to right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do this right this time. Last time I handed off to Jackson because I couldn't do it, but I got this. From left to right, we have an HDMI port. We have 2 display ports. We also have a USB Type-C for video in, an audio jack, and we also have the AC power in.
There we go.
That was about a 6 out of 10 job. I will work on that and I'll do better next time. All right, let's get this thing powered on. We have a powerful PC for it. I will say, just for context, because we've tested these higher end monitors, and I won't specifically talk about that other one because this is a sponsor video for Innocn. I won't do the disservice of that. But I'm daily driving a monitor that is true 5K 2K on a 9070 XT at home right now. And there are some games that you do run lower FPS, you usually run some upscaling. But with this being 5120 by 1440, I think if you have like a 9070 XT or 5070 Ti level GPU, you will have a good experience if you're okay with some upscaling. But realistically, to fully drive this on max settings, you will need a high-end GPU to be okay with that, especially running native. So this isn't something where you're upgrading your old budget PC with a monitor like this. Obviously at a $600 price point, you probably already know that. We're not sugarcoating how expensive the monitor is. All right guys, so we have the monitor on. Ignore the wallpaper here. That's from our in-game gear video, but it's not a great size for this display. We'll mess with that later. You'll see some B-roll on screen here, but let's go through the on-screen display options, which I will say, having a big monitor like this, every time I see one, they do a really good job with the on-screen display controls, actually having independent buttons that are very easy to navigate. I'm still gonna mess it up somehow, but we're gonna hit this button right here. If we double tap it, we get to the main menu here. So currently we are on a standard mode, which we can swap to different modes. Here is DCI-P3, it'll consume more power, that's fine, sure, do that. All right, so we're gonna stay on the DCI-P3 mode because it does look a lot better and it removes all the just energy efficiency warnings. We're running 100% brightness, we did up that. If you go down to game settings, you can see different game modes as well. Adaptive sync is off by default, so we'll go ahead and turn that on. I believe it has FreeSync built in, which will work with any GPU, so you can turn that setting on pretty easily. Go back into the menu, it just throws me out of the menu though after I do it, so that's interesting. Adaptive sync is on now. Let's go and click on there and scroll down. Refresh rate, I'm assuming this is just gonna show your refresh rate on screen and a crosshair, which of course all these monitors include that nowadays. Picture in picture is what I talked about. You could have multiple things plugged into those different ports and you can have separations of screens on one physical display. Pretty cool for a big screen like this. Customize the settings for the on-screen display, and the other settings include input signal, volume. This is volume. I don't know if it has speakers. We'll test that. It could just be the pass-through. Eye shield remind, basically a reminder to look away from your screen. USB switch, USB upgrade. I'm assuming that's for firmware upgrades, reset, and everything. Settings are pretty basic because, again, this isn't an OLED panel. This isn't a mini LED. You don't have all those different features you need for those monitors. So realistically, we just got to pick a color profile we like and just adjust the brightness as we need. But we had a game on this thing. You might have seen the PC we hooked up. We talked about you don't need a high-end PC, but then we decided to use the highest end PC you can use. 5090 with the 9850X 3D, our big high-end test bench. We're gonna play some games on this thing, some immersive games. We'll run some esports, and also just show you guys games that support this resolution as well, because it is a really big resolution. There are some games that may not support it, but we'll launch as many as we can to show you guys the gaming experience.
One thing that's cool to include with the unboxing experience is a monitor calibration report, and this is pretty common to come with a lot of monitors, and I think it's one of our first times we're like talking about it, but this is cool because they actually do put the serial number, and we did check, it does match the monitor. So assuming that they didn't fake anything, they actually give us like a full color gamut, color difference report, gamma curve, and then all the measurement results, and they tell you like the averages and whatnot. So that's pretty cool, but here it is on screen for you if you would like to look through any of this and see if it fits the colors and brightness that you're looking for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing a very fitting game for this ultra-wide monitor, and we are currently running the native resolution of 5120 by 1440p. We got a max frame rate right now of 240 FPS. And here, we'll actually do this too, we'll show the FPS. Just for fun, because I want to try to see how close we can get. I do have DLSS on quality with 2x frame gen, so if we're getting 100 FPS, we should be able to get double that. And we are running Ultra plus RT, which with a res this big, I think is still going to be difficult. And yeah,
200 FPS.
Pretty darn close to our max refresh rate, which is good. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. And yeah, it looks amazing. It's definitely very immersive. This is the kind of monitor that if you did buy one of those, like next level racing sims or something, you can take those little VESA screws and you can mount this monitor. So instead of having to run iFinity or something like that, which honestly, I've had a lot of issues with in the past trying to help set that up for people, you could just run a single ultrawide like this, and this is more like a windshield in my opinion, compared to having 3 individual monitors that have hard breaks in the middle.
And some people might look at this not being an OLED as a benefit in the sense, obviously you're going to get that contrast, but you don't have to worry about any potential burn-in issues. You can kind of use and abuse this panel like this, especially if you're using it for work with like a timeline. Whoa.
Dude, this guy's name is pissing me. I can't see the cars.
That is crazy. So you won't have that issue of burn-in for repetitive tasks, so that's kind of cool for this being a work monitor, but gaming-wise, it's definitely no slouch. He's playing chicken, a very advanced game of chicken right now.
And I really am. I'm just like, I'm ruining some Tokyo family lives right now.
There's something about the crashing on this big display. Just it feels like oh, it feels like you're in there.
So yeah, Forza's looking really good. Clearly, you can, even if like Matt said, if we had like a 9070 XT or, I mean, heck, you could go with cheaper cards, even like a 9060. If you're okay with running upscaling and frame gen, you can, in quite a few games, believe it or not, get fairly close to that high refresh rate. And even if you don't, it's okay. You can get 100 FPS and you'll still be really happy. Because usually when you're buying an ultrawide, you get a little bit more than just gaming in mind. So speaking of that, let's go to the next game.
All right, guys, we are now in Lego Batman. I will say, this monitor, I kind of went into this with a little bit of like skepticism, being someone who's spoiled by an OLED, thinking like, I might notice that this is not an OLED panel. With this big of a display, the immersion and everything, it still looks really dang good. And right now we are running, Batman's about to fall, we're running the native resolution of 5120 by 1440, DLSS set to quality, no frame gen on, and we're on like higher details right now. And this is running pretty dang smooth. I'll turn on the Steam FPS overlay so you guys can see what kind of performance we're actually getting. Let's do top left, FPS. Right now we're getting about 150, 140 FPS. I would turn on frame gen, but it makes you restart, so we're not gonna do that. But this is still very smooth. Obviously in single player games, if you're a PC gamer with a 5090, you wanna get the highest refresh rate possible. So frame gen would probably be really nice, and 4 times frame gen's very doable in the 5090. We've done it before, so you'd easily saturate the refresh rate on this thing. What did I just do? What did I just do?
You done got stuck.
I found a new way to bug it out. But this is running really good, and it looks good. Brightness is solid. And this is, I would say, probably closer than I'd want to be gaming on this monitor. I'd want a desk with a good amount of depth. It's just like a piece of advice if you are going to do this, have like a bigger desk, you can move it further back, because I am having to tilt my head side to side on these games. But to be fair, with the characters in the center of the screen, everything is just kind of extra. We'll be playing an esports game here soon. That actually doesn't support the resolution, by the way, Apex Legends, so you guys can see the difference between supported and non-supported games. And that honestly will work out a little better, but it is a little annoying to have to deal with black bars in some games. How do I get my Batmobile? Oh, there it is. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Let's roll and run things over. Yeah. I basically turned this into Forza now. We are now playing Forza now. Oh, God.
So we're making the world a safer place.
Huh? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna blast! Ah! Oh!
Legos can't swim.
He drowned. Hey, this run's pretty good. Let's try an esports title like Apex.
All right, guys, so we're actually playing Apex Legends, and we thought that it was going to have black bars, but it turns out, even with the aspect ratio being kind of wrong, 21 by 9, at least, I mean, we think it's wrong, right?
Yeah, it should be 32 by 9.
32 by 9. There was that one video that we
had that totally backwards, but yes, this should be 32 by 9.
But this looks good, though. We do have max FOV right now because I can't find the settings tab to be able to, like, save my FOV. So I feel like this is a little wide. But it's playable, and now my sensitivity is like when I zoom in, it's so low. It's definitely weird. It's a different experience, but boy, do I feel like I can see everything. I feel like I can see the future.
So there are more games that support it. Obviously, they went through the effort of updating the main game to support this perfectly fine, but there's some menus that they just said, not worth it. So again, your mileage may vary depending on games where you actually might get a full immersive experience. This one's getting a locked 300 FPS.
Yep, good old Apex. It looks pretty decent and it runs amazing. Yeah, like normally this bar I'm used to seeing on my 32-inch curved to home is like tiny. It's like stretched out. Ow.
Now, as a competitive gamer, I have to ask, I feel like people will mention this, do you think having this much of a field of view is an advantage or a disadvantage?
Well, my thing is, can I actually see more? Because I don't know.
I think it's just stretched, like
That's
similar
what
to
I
running like a stretched res and like CS. I'm assuming it's just stretched.
I mean, I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
I also don't feel like with a monitor this big, most competitive players are playing a 24-inch.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's using a monitor like this to like have a competitive edge.
No.
It's just looking mighty good though. Mighty good. I killed someone. How are you still alive? Why is there 8 of them over here? Oh my god.
Is he clapping? Is he clapping? Oh,
I had a moment of clappery.
ooh, a moment.
Now I'm getting myself clapped. I'm killing this guy. If it's the last thing I do. I think I would definitely need like another like few days to
Fully get used to it.
yeah. It's still odd, you know. Oh, they broke it so quick.
Oh, double team.
Oh, they did not see the jump over coming. Oh my god, I'm like one tap right now. Don't let the poison hit me. I have a gold shield. Did we win yet? I'm sorry, teammate. I can't help you.
Ooh. Ah! And game's over.
We lost, but I feel like I did immaculate on this Ultrawide. All right, we're gonna let Matt go ahead and play one more game.
All right, last game we're playing is CS2, because of course, duh.
Dude, makes the gun so small.
The gun does look really small on this screen, but it's running pretty good. We're getting 500 FPS, so if you're playing this game on these settings with a 5090,
It's a lot of wasted FPS, dude.
it's a lot of wasted FPS. We need a high refresh rate version in Innocn. Where's our 500 hertz version? We got to take advantage, but running smooth. Obviously, we're limited to 240 hertz in terms of our refresh rate, but it's looking good. CS on higher settings on a 5090 looks pretty solid, and we're getting our full field of view. You can actually see around corners. I'm wondering, I'd be curious side by side, like corner peeking. You know, would you actually see around that corner a little bit better? Why are the water details actually kind of far?
Dude, I swear, like, some of these games that people be putting themselves through would actually be so much more enjoyable if you just ran them at higher settings.
it looks pretty
But
nice.
everyone's just like, I want max FPS.
I need my max frames. I need more than 448 is what I'm currently running. I need more. It's kind of one of those things where, like, I know I can see stuff in my peripheral vision in this current like setup I'm in, but I'm like kind of just tunnel vision so hard on like what would be like almost a normal 16:9 display in the middle. But I guess that whole peripheral just like, wait, do I see something over there? Kind of gives you an extra advantage, but it's not like I'm seeing the entire image at once. Got him. Ooh.
I bet you nobody else in your match is playing on a setup like this, though.
We're on fire. Oh God. Oh God. Oh.
Oh,
I want you. Headshot. Oh.
oh.
Hey, it was a pretty good run. This monitor's cool. Obviously, it's a premium monitor. We're not sugarcoating this as like a budget value monitor. There's obviously a lot of ones, and Innocn actually has some that are more budget friendly. But if you're wanting a monitor this big, and you were probably watching this video considering it, you already know what you're going to be getting into investment-wise. At least in 2026, they could get cheaper. This monitor definitely checks off a lot of boxes, and it performs very, very well. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I've had some fun. Pow!
He's searching for one more victim.
Just one more. Just one more.
So Innocn ultra-wide monitor, actually really great for gaming. That's what we tested in. We played some Forza, we played some CS, we played some Apex, and I gotta admit, I had a lot of fun with those. Even in Apex Legends, which I thought would be unplayable for me, I was kind of popping off.
So if you want to buy an ultra-wide monitor, specifically this 49-inch ultra-wide monitor from Innocn, use that link down below. They're always running some sort of sale during these sponsored videos, so you could save even more money on this monitor. And if you are somebody in the market for a 49-inch ultra-wide, are you a gamer, a productivity expert, or somebody that's a little bit of both? Let us know your reasoning on why you think a 49-inch ultra-wide is a good investment for you.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Check out PCBros.tech because we actually will have all of our monitors for sale up front or buy a PC.
We are single-handedly supplying all the ultra-wides to Louisville, Kentucky right now. They sell out pretty quickly, and they're up front in our storefront in Louisville, Kentucky, and you could buy this one very soon. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.